This is Chelsea. This is Chelsea. This is what we're about. We are world champions. We are world champions. Put some respect on our names. This is what we do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chelsea Football Club has just battered Barcelona FC 3-0. Arsenal, I hope you watched. That's a little preview of what's to come. You know, when a movie is about to come out and you drop a trailer, your movie trailer has just dropped. Go check it out. I hope some of you all watched it live. Yeah. I know some people will be like, yeah, but the Arsenal trailer will also drop tomorrow. So yeah, let's keep things a little bit calm in that department. But yeah, I am so happy with this performance. I heard a lot of people, some people say, yeah, the Premier League is more important. Let's focus on the Premier League. I heard some say, let's focus on both. Because they would love to go for both trophies. They would love to go far, you know. Me, I wanted both, but for a different reason. I wanted, some said a draw maybe in one, and a win maybe in one. But me, I want both. Why? Because, not particularly for the Champions League, I wanted Chelsea to beat Barcelona, because I know what it can do mentally to these players. Maybe they've forgotten what they achieved during preseason in the Club World Cup. Maybe the few derails they've had in the season has made them forget. So I needed them to be reminded of what they're capable of. It's like you're the Club World Champions, but you've forgotten your identity. You're wearing it every day, every match day, but you've forgotten who you are. So I needed this win to remind Chelsea Football Club, our players, of what we're wearing. You are the world champion. There is no team that you cannot beat. That was what I wanted, and that was what I got. Now, they've clocked in with this in their heads. Come this weekend against Arsenal Football Club. There is no team you cannot beat. Liverpool has fallen in our hands. Manchester City has fallen in our hands. Now, I guess it's us to do it ourselves, Thanos style. Anyway, I digress into the Premier League talk. What a beautiful night of Champions League football. The game was evenly poised. Okay. Can Yamal stand the Cucurella test? Estevao versus Yamal. The clash between the 18-year-olds. Never has this been done before, by the way. 18-year-old high-profile game, and we're looking at two youngsters. And we're like, who's going to top? Who's going to dominate the other? We got bad boy Yamal, and we got good boy Estevao. The game starts, and I'm looking at the lineup, and I'm like, okay, good lineup. Fair enough. I would have preferred it back, a CB pairing of Badashile and Fofana, but we got Chalobah and Fofana. Fair enough. The surprise package for me, though, was in attack. I saw Pedro Neto up front. I saw Garnacho, of course, and I expected Garnacho to start this game. And we finally got what we wanted. We got an Estevao William starts. He started on the right. No Cole Palmer on the bench, though. I kind of wished that he'd be on the bench, but yeah, let's be realistic, he wasn't going to make the bench. And Pedro Neto in front. That was a surprise for me. In midfield, of course, big game, Rhys James in there. Enzo Fernandez playing the 10. Malo Gusto in the right back, and of course Cucurella at left back. Our midfield general of Caicedo in there. And for me, the biggest surprise was Pedro Neto playing in attack. Yeah, I get why he would play. It made so much sense to me when I saw it. I was like, okay, Pedro Neto, he's fast, undoubtedly fast. Barcelona often plays a high line. His work rate is insane. So he needed a workhorse, a warhorse, so to say, up front. But here's my problem with Pedro Neto. End product. Pedro Neto is a good player. Does he finish? Does he make that decisive pass in the last moment? Sometimes, but very often not. That was my worry going into starting the game. I was like, Pedro Neto up front. I get the logic, but end product. Which finally played out because there was this one-on-one chance that he had and he skied the ball. The game started. Barcelona looking a little more solid than we were. And as the game grew 5 minutes deep, I was a little bit worried because our midfield just disappeared. It was like they were just all over the place. We just couldn't seem to do anything anymore. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? My voice is gone, by the way. Excuse me. Because I've been screaming. I'm like, what's going on? Why are we not flooding the midfield? What is going on? I was like, what? Why? And Barcelona grew into the game. And they kept on growing into the game. And I was not comfortable with that. However, we did look a little bit resolute in defense. However, they did break us. Thankfully, what's his name? Ferlan Lopez or so. I think he missed. And I'm like, okay, fine. And before I knew what was going on, the physicality of Chelsea came into play. This is prime La Liga versus Premier League. Second in the league in Premier League versus second in the league against in La Liga. And you could just see the Premier League outshining. We were too physical for them. They couldn't keep up. The game kept on growing and we kept on growing into the game. You could see the power shift, even though the stats said 50-50 ball possession. But you could see the power shift. We started occupying the midfield. We started asking questions, probing the Barcelona defense, finding key passes, breaking through their lines. And then the floodgates of offside came in. And we just kept on getting offside after offside. I think it was 3 offsides and 1 was a handball. My goodness. I could see, I could get the reason why they cancelled that goal, the one with the Fofana handball, because that was clearly a handball. He used his hand to push the ball. If it wasn't for that hand hit, the ball wouldn't have gone for. And I don't think anybody would have argued that. Going forward, what happens? We score again. And this time around, they say it's an offside because of Chalobah, who was obviously trying to duck to avoid the ball. I don't even think he actually made contact with it, but I'll leave it to the referees. At least it's not Premier League. If it's the Premier League, that's where we have big issues to argue because the Premier League is highly inconsistent. But we left that one aside. At this point, I was getting tired of jumping off my seat and just screaming But eventually, well, there was, however, another one, but I think it was in the second half. But eventually, a pass was made to Cucurella on the far right, and Cucurella makes the crossing. I think it was Pedro Neto who hit the ball, and he hits the defender and Kotze, of course. Kunde, step right up. My man's a Chelsea player. Deep down he said he likes Chelsea. He just couldn't help it. Played it right in between his teammate's leg and into the net. 1-0. We go, we move. And the VAR steps up again. I'm like, don't tell me, come on, don't tell me this will happen again. But thankfully, VAR checks, and it was very quick though, and they checked, and Cucurella was onside. Happy days. Now we're playing good. Chelsea's taking over the game in terms of attacking threats, even though the stat says 7 attempts but 1 on target. And that was the worrying part for me. We were not on target. However, step right up, what's his name? Roland or Ronaldo? I don't remember. But this fella, someone told me this while I was watching the game, that I'm worried about this guy, a Barcelona fan. He said, I'm worried about this guy because this guy has a habit of picking red cards in big games. And lo and behold, he picks a second yellow card, harsh tackle, reckless tackle on Cucurella, and he's off. And I'm like, that's game, set, match. Surely you are a goal down, you're not playing well, Chelsea's dominating, and you're a man down. So, exactly as I expected the game to go, that's exactly how it went. However, we weren't able to find the back of the net for the rest of the half. Oh, wait, I think, am I making a mistake? No. It was in the first half. But the second half begins, and it's business as usual. Chelsea was all over the place. My goodness, Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto, man. You're something else in big games. You're something else in big games, I must say. In fact, I really have to applaud the entire squad, but particularly, I will applaud Malo Gusto. I will applaud Cucurella. I will applaud Estevao. Have I mentioned Enzo? Yeah, Enzo. I will applaud him. Caicedo, of course, midfield general. Reece James did well. Who else? Fofana did well. Chalobah stepped up. Pedro Neto. In fact, the whole team. The only person that I wasn't so convinced about in this game was Garnacho. Sometimes he made some runs here and there, but yeah. So it kind of made sense when Enzo Maresca subbed him. But I fast forward, go step right back. In the second half, we were doing well, playing very well. Little did I know, there was about to be a moment of magic. My goodness, Estevao Williams. Estevao! Did you see that goal? This guy picks the ball. You could see the Barcelona defender trying to shove him off, and he just kept on persisting. Took a spin with the ball. Truly, he is exactly what these Brazilians say he is. The ball was like glued to his feet. He took a spin round. He kept on pressing, and my man releases an audacious shot to the roof of the net. 2-0. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, well, I wasn't saying, oh my God. I was just screaming. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I just know I was screaming and holding my head. But my goodness. My goodness. And you could see it even before he scored. The Barcelona players were putting 2 to 3 men on him. Someone said on Twitter, notice Barcelona putting 2 to 3 players on Estevao while we just gave Yamal Cucurella. The levels in my team. We just showed them levels. And the game kept on going. I think we scored again. Yes, we did. But it was offside. And I'm like, what is going on? It was the lap that scored. But thankfully, the VAR looked into it, because I was a bit worried from my angle where I was watching it. It looked like it was offside, but thanks to the rule, the FIFA rule, the hand doesn't count. I think it's the torso area or the leg. I don't remember, but his hand didn't count, so he was onside. And I'm like, beautiful, 3-0, Chelsea. At this point, it was game, set, and match. The game was dead. Substitutions were made. Gittins coming in, and I'm not so sure, but I hope he's all right. He took a hit. That's Estevao. He had to be taken out of the pitch, but he did come in though and played for a bit. And I'm glad that Enzo Maresca thought it wise to take him off before he picks an unnecessary injury, because the game, at this point, the game is dead. So you might as well just take him out and save him for Arsenal. So he did that, and Evil Saka comes in, Tariq George, Achimpong comes in. He took out Garnacho, which was a very, very good substitution, and brought in the lap. And eventually Gittins comes in. It made so much, I think, maybe it was Pedro Neto that was taken off. I don't remember. But my goodness, Pedro Neto blitz the Barcelona defense with space. Look, I'm all over the place with this review, yeah, but I'm so happy, not just with the result, but what it has done to these players. This could be season defining right now. This could potentially be a drastic U-turn in our season, especially if we get a result against Arsenal. This could, right here, we are witnessing season defining fixtures. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Guys, this is barely a review. My voice is about to go. I know by tomorrow I may not have a voice. So please don't forget to drop a like, comment, and please subscribe. It will really, really help this channel going forward. I apologize. I have not put out some videos for some time because during the international break I was all over the place. I didn't have the time to make videos. So I'll try to be more consistent, especially with the Arsenal one coming up. I'll see you guys in another one. Take care and God bless.